Hello, and welcome to Computer Science for Humans. In one of my recent videos, I pitted 3 different AIs against each other to see which one would win at making prompts for Cursor to complete. And the prompt I gave it was basically just a game. I treated it like a game jam. And the results were interesting. Today, I am going to throw my own hat into the ring, as it were. Is that what you throw into a ring? I don't really know. But I am going to try to beat Cursor at its own game. Okay, so today I'm going to be making games based on the prompts that the AIs gave to Cursor, and I'm going to see if I can make a better game than Cursor could. But yeah, this should be fun. I'm going to be using Unreal Engine 5.6, and I'm going to see if I can follow the prompts in a way that is somewhat similar, at least carries the same concept of the games that were generated by the other AIs or by Cursor. I'm basically going to try to make what it was trying to make, or would have been trying to make if it knew what trying was. I'm basically going to be making the game that Cursor was supposed to make. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this, if you want to see more stuff like this. And let me know in the comments if you want to see me battle AI with other stuff too. Hey, future Reagan here. I forgot to tell you, I have a time limit. I have 1 day to make all of these games. Partially because I have things I need to do that aren't this. I could have sworn there was a template for side scrolling. If there is no template for that, then it's only fair that I start from scratch like the AI did. The AI used JavaScript as well. I don't want to make a game in JavaScript. That sounds annoying. We're just going to start with a blank project. So ChatGPT says there's a plane or a helicopter flying right over my house. Build me a small but polished browser game. It's not going to be a browser game where the color is the core mechanic and the world literally changes based on it. Literally, not metaphorically. The player controls a character who can shift their own color using 1 through 4. Each color alters the rules of physics and the environment. Okay, so good to know. Red increases gravity, heavy objects fall, platforms drop. I'll probably just do that as turning on gravity if they're not supposed to fall otherwise. Blue, water appears and the player can swim. Oh, interesting. Okay. Green, plants and vines grow, making new platforms. Okay. And then yellow lights up hidden paths and reveals invisible platforms. Okay. I'm not going to listen to the stylistic things because I'm in Unreal Engine. WASD, number keys, puzzle platformer style, okay. Strategically change colors to progress, soft background music, and satisfying sound effects when changing color. Make it feel smooth, responsive, and fun in just 3 to 5 short levels. That's a lot, but you know what? We will see what we can do. Okay, so this is gonna be level, actually, let's do this. What was it called? Oh, I can't remember. We'll call it color change. Level 1. I just realized I have that open in both content browsers. Just throw this over here. I like to have my content browsers on another screen. Okay, so first things first, let's get some light up in here. I'm just going to use the default lighting stuff. There's no reason not to. And then let's see. Next, I'm going to make something for the player to stand on. I'll use a plane, I guess. I could use a landscape, but I find landscapes very annoying personally. I just realized because it's blank, I don't currently have the default mannequin dude in here. We will fix that in a moment. I figure that because the AI generated games just used rectangles and squares, I can use just the mannequin. I think that's fair. So if you actually, I'm going to show you guys this just in case there's anyone who's relatively new to Unreal Engine. I would have loved to know this sooner. Didn't know it when I first started. So if you click add on the content browser, not the plus up here in the level editor, but in the content browser, click add and then go to go to add feature or content pack. It'll let you choose one of their other game templates to add. It's really nice. Okay, so we should have a mannequin now. I'm gonna go ahead and give him this blueprint so that as he moves, he auto animates. And now we're gonna do some basic controls. Oh, that's a lot bigger than I realized. I did not realize how small this area was. We're just gonna make a big flat area for now. Oh, I probably need a game mode. So I made a game mode, and in the game mode, I just called it color shift. Where's my mouse? Oh, it's in the game, duh. I called it color shift, and all I did was in its class settings, I set its default pawn to be the one that I made to be the player, which lets it know to control that pawn once the game starts. I can't move yet because I haven't done that. Let's add some movement. I forget which one I have to swizzle. I'm just doing this all wrong. You know what? I'm doing side scrolling, so I just realized I'm doing side scrolling. I don't need 4 directional movement. I just need 1 directional movement. Left, right. I just did the wrong ones. Well, oh. It's not possessing the same one. Oh, that's funny. It's creating one. I need player start. Oh, look, that's working. It's like magic. That camera is way too close. Let's fix that. Much better. I'm not going to bother making him turn around right now. I could, but it'll take a lot of time. I might do that in a minute. We'll see. Okay, so I've got this. Now let's add jumping. I need to rename my jump so it doesn't clash. Okay, so 1,000 might be a little bit too strong of a jump. Just a tiny bit. Last time I did one of these, oh, it's velocity, not momentum, that's why. Let's do like 100. We'll just divide by 10. Oh, I see. Okay, let's see here. That's why it usually has the canceled thing. I'm just gonna copy this from third person controller because it's kind of a nuisance and it is built in normally, so it's like no reason to reinvent the wheel. Not entirely sure how those are supposed to be called, but I do know. Oh yeah, okay, I fixed it. That is this. Cool. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm missing a piece. Oh, right, I need to add the other jump to here. Because right now my jump is my custom jump that I could make work, but there's no reason to. Yeah, okay, cool. So character movement has built-in jump. Cool. Okay, so we have our basic movement. I am going to, why is my computer? I'm going to do a little bit of copying of, or not copying. I'm going to take what the AI made as kind of a framework, and we'll go from there. Which means I have to pull up the old game so that I can see what it is that I'm working with, because I don't remember. I don't remember which one's which. I remember there were different. Oh, actually, no, sorry. I'm just reading the prompt. What am I talking about? Aha, I found a spot where I can see. Can y'all see me? Yeah, look at that light. Holy moly. My eyes. Yeah. I'm glad you guys can tell how bright that is. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and set up the color change so it just changes colors. It won't have any special effects, but at least will be different colors. I'm gonna make an enumeration of the colors because I like enums. I can't help but notice, but the AI did not specify that I need to become normal colored again. We'll figure that out. I made a mistake. So what you've seen of the video so far, I started recording at about 5 p.m. on a Friday. So when I said one day, I expected to have more than about an hour. It's been about an hour so far in the challenge. I haven't touched it at all this weekend. It's Monday now, and we are going to jump right back in. But yeah, I really should know better than to try to start recording a video at 5 p.m. on a Friday. I'm gonna start by seeing where I was. Okay, so we got this. Cool. There's a jump. Nice. Is there a particle effect when he lands? It's a tiny one. It's actually super cool. And on footsteps. I never noticed that before. Okay, so we are working on the color. I'm gonna make materials. For this, I'm just gonna take these and duplicate them. Oh, this is so nice. Can I make it shiny? I can. I don't have time to worry about that though. I just accidentally found a shortcut to close the tab. Not sure what it was. I'm also going to be using a Pomodoro timer. This is pomfocus.io. It's not sponsored or anything. It's just the one I use. It's pretty nice. I do recommend, if you hate the sound of an alarm, I recommend starting out going into settings and go to, I find bird to be the least obnoxious of the alarm sounds. Maybe turn it down a little bit, because otherwise it has jump scared me so many times. But yeah, it's a Pomodoro timer. I like Pomodoro. It helps me focus. Your mileage may vary, but I find that for most people, I think it actually does encourage, it kind of trains your brain to work more efficiently in shorter periods of time. And It's really nice. I'm going to be using it. I'm going to do 1 full Pomodoro and then I'm going to call it. So it amounts to about 2 hours of work, give or take a little bit. Because I feel like giving myself just tons and tons of time isn't really fair considering how little time the AI got. And then in between breaks during the Pomodoro, we'll pause and talk about stuff. Nice. Oops, I forgot. I have the backtick currently as the one for going back to base color. But the problem is that opens the console. So I'll just do backspace, I guess, for now. That'll be relatively easy to remember. Sweet. And then backspace goes back. Sweet. Okay, so we got our color change. Now let's make it do stuff. How much time have I got? Oh, wait, I forgot. I'm going to add like 10 minutes to that because I took a break when I wasn't supposed to. So red basically makes everything fall. Okay, so I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to make the obstacles that are implied by the mechanic, and then we'll go from there. So I don't like having to cast the game mode over and over again, so I'm just going to make an interface for it. Oh, that's taller than I realized. Nice. Whoa, did not mean to rotate that. Where am I? We'll put this over here. Whoa, why is it lagging so much? That was weird. So let's see what happens when I turn red. It's backwards, which is fine. Huh, okay, so we're mostly there. So I'm going to go ahead and do my break now that I was supposed to do 10 minutes ago, but I forgot to pause the timer when I got up for something. I want to talk about a couple design decisions that I personally make in my own projects. These are by no means the only way to do it. It's just the way that makes sense to me. So you'll notice that each thing I make in here, whether it's game mode or an interface or an actor or whatever, I start it with 2 letters. This is a system that I use for myself. Basically, the logic is, so in a normal situation, in a normal programming situation where I wasn't using Unreal Engine, I would consider I underscore at the beginning of an interface to be kind of bad form. But there's a specific reason I do it in Unreal Engine, and that is that because Unreal Engine has so many built-in features of many kinds, if I start the interface with I underscore, then it's really easy to search it. I do I underscore and then only my interfaces show up. So that's why I do this. The BP underscore starting for blueprints is something I take from Unreal Engine's default stuff. That's just a convention that they use, so I just started using it. But what I tend to do is, so I've got blueprint heavy platform, and I know that in my own projects, BP is the base class, and then the children I would call something like heavy platform underscore horizontal or heavy platform underscore tiny, things like that. So BP tells me that this class is the base class. It is not intended to be the main one that's used. It is intended to provide the parent class for the child classes that will extend it. And that's just something I personally use to help me. And then GM color shift, GM is for game mode. And I just find that it's way easier for me mentally to find game modes with GM for game mode instead of BP color shift, which just sounds like all the other blueprints. I just think this makes more sense. And again, because Unreal Engine doesn't use that by default, if I do GM underscore, I find all of my game modes in the search bar, and it's just really convenient for that. Normally, I would also, with the materials, normally I would have put these into a separate file so I know where my materials are specifically. Because I am short on time, I don't have a lot of time, I just threw them in here with the other Manny materials just for convenience for today. If this was a long-term project, I would definitely have my own folder with all of my custom-made materials in it. Okay, I've got 3 minutes, then I gotta get back to work. I'm gonna go pace and think. Okay, taking our break. Let's get back to it. Okay, so red increases gravity. Oh yeah, we'll see if I apply that to the player as well. I might. I think that could be cool. But for now, I just want to get something for each of the colors. So blue, well, I'll do green next because I have RGB, because RGB is the only logical order to do colors in for a programmer, obviously. Let's see here. So green, plants and vines grow, making new platforms. Okay, that might be a little more tricky. I could make them appear. I don't obviously have time to model plants. So I do happen to have a fab library that is a farming thing. So I'm going to go grab that. And it just has a bunch of 3D models I can use. As a side note, things like this, where you can just get, because I got this for free from Unreal Engine because it was on sale. They have a rotating Fab, their store, has a rotating free selection of things. Almost everything I have in the Unreal store, from the Unreal store, I've gotten for free from the free rotation thing. It's really awesome, and it's one of the big reasons that I use Unreal Engine, because then I don't have to do really any 3D modeling, which I'm not good at. I can just use 3D models other people have made, and then I can just focus on gameplay logic and things like that. The hardest part is animations. There's a lot of really good animations out there, but the free ones usually are really generic. And at the end of the day, if you're making a really unique game, you're probably going to end up wanting your own animations. But if you learn a little bit of animation skill within Unreal Engine, you can actually jury rig together other animations reasonably well. So actually, in one of my games I'm working on, there's a bartender, and I was trying to have him rub one of the glasses, you know, like bartenders do. And the closest I could find in my free collection was supposed to be like a wizard reading from a spell book, and it worked really well for polishing a bar glass as well. So you just have to be creative sometimes with limited resources. I'm gonna have them start out as invisible and really tiny. And when you turn green, I will do a timeline just like I did with the platform. I'm gonna do a timeline that makes the plant become visible, and then, well, outside the timeline, and the timeline makes it grow to whatever size. Plant form. Get it? It's like platform, but it's a plant. That's an interesting thing. If I have time, I'll add a climbing mechanic. For now, let's just have something. Let's have broccoli platforms. I think that makes, yeah. We're gonna delay 3 seconds, which is a cheating way to get to the end of the the growth timeline. Because if I put it in the finished, I'd need 2 separate timelines, which probably would be a little bit better, because then I can have different growth curves for each. But it is whatever. It is what it is. I'm in a hurry for the moment, and so we're gonna wait 3 seconds and then do this. Okay, let's drag our broccoli in there, and for now, I'm just gonna put it here. First off, let's change to red. 3. Nice. Backspace. It's not triggering that. That's fine. And you know what? I've just realized. Nice. I've just realized I can't trigger the other one because I haven't connected it to the game mode. Okay, I think I've connected the dots. Let's move this broccoli. I'm just going to put it over here. So first, let's turn red. Awesome. Okay, obviously. Oh, wait, I'm just turning red over and over again. Oh, yeah, that doesn't do anything yet when I turn back. 2 is green, and nothing happens. Okay, that just means I didn't connect one of the dots. Dude, that is the most common thing I've found, especially, I don't know, after I've been doing this 10 years. I found that the most common thing that I get wrong in any program is usually I just forgot to connect some dots somewhere. I think I know which dot I forgot to connect. Well, that did not go well. I did something wrong. Not entirely sure what. By which I mean I have no idea what it was that I did wrong, and we will figure out that. Let's make sure that it wasn't just like some weird issue. See if it crashes again. No, it was just a weird issue. Nice, look at that. How good. Okay, so I don't know why it crashed. Green. Okay, let's test this out, and then we'll take our 5-minute break. Oh, that's right, I haven't even fixed that anyway. So 2, okay, I'm green. Then when I leave, then if I do this, okay, it does not shrink. So it's not triggering the second one, but the first one triggers. That's fine. Decent place to stop for the 5-minute break. Okay, so we've got the basic framework. Definitely need to fix the on lift. But yeah, I'd say this is going fairly well. I'll probably make the heavy things look like metal. I'm gonna get up and pace and think again. As happens so often with Pomodoro, the 5-minute break or so that I took, I realized why it wasn't working, and that's because I haven't connected all the dots yet, unsurprisingly. Yes, so I haven't actually used this. Okay, cool. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, we turn red and the heavy things fall. We turn green and the heavy things lift and the other things grow. Awesome. And now we've got a nice little function to do it. So next, let's add blue. Let's see what the prompt says about blue. Blue, water appears and the player can swim. So I'm not going to use the built-in water stuff from Unreal Engine because I think that's just not quite as customizable as I want for this, and I'm not needing something fancy. Or not as easily customizable, I should say. Okay, we might just use the built-in one. Now it should work. Oh, yep, there it is. So normally this do collision test is what makes it, basically if the arm of the camera that's holding it bumps into something, detects that collision, it'll push the camera in closer to the player so that you don't look outside the level. Usually very useful in this particular use case, side-scrolling platformer. Don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to turn that off. And now I should be able to enter the water. Oh, look at that. Wait. Ah, That's funny. I need to turn off player can step up on. Cool. So we've got this. Do on begin overlap and on end overlap. And we're basically just going to set a variable. And I think what I'll do is if they're swimming, then space will just go up or something. We'll figure it out. Yellow lights up hidden paths and reveals invisible platforms. Okay. That one I think will be pretty easy. It's literally just going to be making things visible or invisible. The interesting part will be trying to figure out how to use these to make levels, but I think that'll be fun. Well, I did it again. It has been 2 weeks, I think, since that last clip, and life has been happening. Over the course of the past couple weeks, I have worked on the game maybe a total of 7 hours or so definitely longer than I originally intended, but less than a day, so that's something. But yeah, let's take a look at where it ended up after that. This is its final state, unless I play with it again later. Turned out it was really fun. So if we press play real quick. Ta-da! We have a proper little game. The frame rate's not great, but I'm pretty sure that is because of something with my computer. Oh wait, that's the wrong color. Hold on. It's that one. We got our moving platforms. Whoops, wrong button. I have to remember how to play. That part was the most fun to make and also the most complicated. And yes, it is the same soundtrack on all the levels. All of these are from Fab, by the way. And I'm pretty sure... Wait, is it Fab? Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the... almost everything is on Fab for free. I don't think I'm using any paid assets. Whoop. Well. And that's level 2. Remember, we had to make 3 to 5 levels. I ended up at 4. Wow, that usually does not go so smoothly. Okay. And that's the game. That's what I did. Took me, like I said, another, I don't know, 7 hours or so, or maybe it was 7 hours total, I can't remember. It pretty much stops here because there's no more levels. But yeah, so that's the game as it ended up. Let me know where I placed, where you think my game placed in the AI Game Jam. I'm pretty pleased with it, especially considering how little time I had to put into it. But that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. This has been a blast. I'm happy to do more stuff like this if you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I guess that's it. If you're still here, thanks for watching the whole thing. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I assume you did if you're still here. If not, well, thanks for watching it anyway, I guess. And YouTube thinks you'll enjoy some of these videos, so feel free to give them a try. And I guess I'll leave. Yeah. I hope you have a great day. I probably should have made myself big, but that's okay.